All right, what's up, everybody? This is Let's Ski About That. And what are we going to ski about today? We're going to ski about some boot fit issues that I've been dealing with on my new boots I posted about a while back, and how I'm going about trying to resolve the issue. So let's get right into it here. So anyway, what the issue is that I'm having a bit of heel lift in my boots, and in a regular alpine boot, it could probably be overcome a little simpler with a telemark boot when you lean forward to make your turn to initiate your next movement. It, having that extra movement in your heel, it feels weird. Maybe it isn't the end of the world, but that extra movement is just weird. And so what I've done in the past is I always went down a full size. So my ski boot size is a 28 Mondo point, and so I always go down to a 27. Well, I'm thinking it's about time to quit crushing my feet all the time, so I went to a 27.5, which, if you're in the field, you know that the half size boot doesn't change the shell size, it changes the liner pretty typically throughout the industry. So it fits 100% more comfortably, except for this heel lift issue. So I don't have a way to necessarily show it to you here, the heel lift, but basically, I mean, right, it's your heel lifting up in the pocket area. Even buckled down completely tight, I was having issues. So things that I tried a heel wedge. That's some tape just to hold it in place, but I tried a pretty thin heel wedge. Pretty common solution for this issue. You can get them in all kind of sizes, but they're pretty typically like this one, and then there's a medium size that's a little bit thicker than you can get. Anyway, so I tried that, and as you can see there, even just after 2 days on it, it's kind of starting to pack down. I don't know if that's coming across very clear, but you can see here. Maybe not. Maybe you can't. On my end, you can see the little pack where it's starting to pack down already. No, I mean, we've only had them in for 2 days. So anyway, foam insert like that. That's one thing. The other thing you can do, and I just took a bunch of old. So this is the one that came in a ski boot. This came with the actual boots, and that's clearly old and dirty out of a shoe that I had. I was just trying to take up space, and none of these are very thick. None of them are very thick, which is sort of a problem, but you can see here a few different layers. And yeah, it's gross and dirty. We shouldn't look at that anymore. Anyway, so what I did was I stacked in a couple of these and the heel wedge as well. I just wasn't having any luck. And so then I thought, well, what the heck? And I pulled out the liners. So this is the liner. This is the liner that came in the boot. And it's a pretty advanced liner. It's super comfortable. And I love the 3-hole lace up. But so this is what came in the boot. And then let me show you the old boot that I replaced. This is the liner from the old boot. So as you can see, no laces, but it's got more support, and a little bit more effort was put into the leg portion here, coming up the leg. So it fit really well. I didn't have any movement issues, but again, it was a half size smaller, so there was more material there to fill up my boot. This is a liner out of a Salomon alpine boot, and as you can see, I mean, there's not a lot of technology here either, but Salomon alpine boots are notoriously comfortable. So the design might not be super complicated, but the comfort level is always on point as far as I'm concerned with Salomon. I've never had a bad go of it. So this is a Salomon alpine liner. Again, no holes for tying it up, but I skied those for a couple years. when I was teaching alpine, or excuse me, when I teach alpine. So anyway, I was using these and they're super comfortable. But what I ended up, and then this liner is actually the liner I ended up stuffing into my new telemark boots, my new Crispies, which are these. You've seen those before if you were watching. If not, go back please. Check that out. Anyway, but you can see, so this is not a Rosignol Alpine boot, but you can see that the design and the support and the concepts, just looking at it, it looks like a lot more thought was put into it. And I believe that to be the case. So when I switched to this, there's a lot more material up here in the top. So when I lace it up and buckle it down, I don't get as much movement throughout my foot, and that's important. Just the better control, you know, more control, more better, right? More better, more better. So what I did do though, I actually went to a local running shop that I've had. So here where I live in, anyway, so here where I live in Minneapolis, I haven't had a lot of good luck with the shops around being able to fit boots very well, or just poor customer service in general. And I'm not going to say any names because that's mean, but I can't get good service. You walk into a place with a telemark boot and they just shut down. It's like, well, come on, it's still a ski boot. So anyway, enough of that rant. This is an insole, you know, a running shoe insole, but it happened to, it's got a little more technology in it here, quite a bit of design and thought, and it actually happened to, oh, look at that, somebody did a poor trim job, me. Anyway, it took up the space, it took up the remaining space, and so I'm just having a very, very, very little bit of heel lift now, and so I'm going to work through that. But I think what I'm going to do is, I think I'm just going to trim this, through here like this, and use that as a extra insert just in the heel to take up that space. So hopefully that works. I'll report back. But so went ahead and trimmed it down here, and I'm gonna put it back together real quick, slip the boot on, and we'll see if that probably will take care of it. That should be just thick enough after we're all said and done. I got the boot on with that extra little piece in there, and I can feel that it's taken up pretty much probably the most of the space that I'll be able to get out of there without causing any issues as far as my foot goes inside the boot. So we're gonna have to go with this for now and see if we can get some runs on it and see how it feels. But at any rate, anyway, make sure you get a good boot fit. And if you can't find a decent shop in your area, like I have trouble with, you know, there's some basic stuff you can do. Try to get a foam heel lift like I showed. That might work for you. Maybe just add an extra insole from an old pair of shoes or something to take up a little space. I mean, it sort of depends on what issue you're having, of course. So there's a lot of different things that can be done, right? If it's a little too small in the toe box, a shop sometimes can punch it out a little bit for you. If you're getting a little heel lift, maybe that little foam insert will take care of it. But anyway, there's like a handful of simple things you can do that don't really cost any money that might solve your problem. And or you can always try, if you have the right liner, if you have a heat moldable liner, you can always try that as a first resort, first step one. You know, always try remolding it, see if that takes care of it. You know, get out and ski. Hopefully everybody can get out and ski. It's like wildly warm around here right now, which is crazy, but I do got a little footage. I found some footage of some recent skiing. And remember to wear your masks. The lines are insane. I don't want anybody catching anything that they don't have to. Wear your masks. Hey, and then if you don't mind, tell your friends and like and subscribe. If not, you know, that's fine too, but we're still going to give away t-shirts for probably the next few subscribers, so maybe we'll come up with something better. We'll pick a mark and we'll give away something cool on top of that. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you guys are all safe, and I appreciate y'all.
Make sure you like and subscribe and follow to all our channels.